don't pick such a big yard.
Don't pick such a big yard. Hi everyone, today I have a really special guest with me. She is Anna Marino, my mother-in-law. I'm so lucky to have her in my life. So without further ado, let me introduce Anna. Hi Anna.
Hi, Jojo.
Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name's Anna Marino, and I currently live in Mount Prospect. I just recently retired from the College of American Pathologist.
Congratulations.
Thank you. When my family immigrated from Lima, Peru, which I was born in, they lived in the city.
How was it like growing up in the city of Chicago?
Growing up in the city of Chicago was very exciting for me. My parents owned restaurants, Peruvian restaurants.
You said your family actually opened the first Peruvian restaurant in Chicago, which is huge. That was back in the 1970s?
In the 70s, my oldest uncle, one of the oldest brothers, they opened up the first restaurant off of in Andersonville, and it was called La Llama. And
La Llama.
La Llama, and he opened it up with his sister Juana. They loved it because they became independent, and what they knew was to eat and to cook.
Right.
Yeah, but they what they did was they took the food that they knew back in Peru, and they had to mold it to what they can make it here in the United States. Unlike today, you can find ingredients in any Peruvian store, any Argentinian store. You could find the potatoes, you can find the peppers. Back then, in the 70s, it was very difficult. So they manipulated the recipes to make it taste the way it did back home.
This is still a real estate channel, so I want to talk a little bit about real estate.
Yes.
Like now you live in Mount Prospect, and Mount Prospect has become more and more popular, and it's so expensive. Some of the houses you can find that exceed $1 million threshold. So how do you feel about the community? Because when you started living in Mount Prospect years ago, that was back in the 1990s.
Yes.
That was totally different than what Mount Prospect has to offer to the residents now.
That's correct. Before Mount Prospect, I lived in Skokie. I lived in a 1926 bungalow. We outgrew it. We were, my husband worked out of the house, so we wanted just one more bedroom to in the house. We looked at Park Ridge and we looked at Glenview. We were also looking at school districts as well. It was also back then was very, very expensive.
Sure.
And I had a friend who had already been living in Mount Prospect for 5 years. And for me, from Skokie to Mount Prospect, I would say it's probably a 30-minute drive.
Right.
It's just about that much. And for me, where I lived in Skokie, my in-laws were 15 minutes away. My brother-in-law was 15 minutes away. My parents were 15 minutes away. And moving an extra 30 minutes for me was very traumatic. So for me, Mount Prospect was like the country. This is silly, but it was like I was out in the country. But when we started looking at houses back then, the land itself, because living even in Skokie in the city, my neighbors, I could open up my side window and I see their side window, their bedroom window. And here in Mount Prospect, the property was larger, the house was larger, more spacious, and more affordable.
Sure.
So that's what drew us here.
Basically, even nowadays, if you choose to live in a Skokie, like the lot you expect probably is a half of the size of the Mount Prospect. Would you say so?
Yes.
So what you have is almost a quarter lot. So if you wanted to live in the Skokie, which is closer to the city, is only about probably 0.15.
Right.
Yes. So it's a much smaller lot, and
yes.
You're closer to your neighbors because the lot is so narrow.
Yes.
But also a little bit more convenience. My last question, if you can give one advice to anyone who is watching this video, what would that be and why?
Okay, so what I would do, I always think about this all the time. When I bought my first house and my second house, I had certain criteria. I always wanted a big house. I wanted a big house and a big yard, and I think that's what everybody wants. Looking back, knowing what I know now, for me, wherever you go, make sure that you see what type of community it is, the downtown area, libraries, and how far is it for you to walk. For me, I wish I was closer to the downtown area because I would love to walk or ride my bike to it.
Right.
Don't pick such a big yard.
Don't pick such a big yard.
Yes, pick a manager, unless you're a gardener, yes. But I wish I didn't have such a large yard that I have now. But for me, important is the community. Because as you get older, you really start becoming part of the community. As you're younger, you are part of the community, but through your children's eyes. As you get older and your children's move away, you start becoming part of the community, and you have to see what things are available to you as you get older.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for taking my interview, Anna.
You're welcome.
I love you.
I love you, sweetheart.